Okay, this is Chad Bartlett. I'm not quite sure what happened to our conference. We just did a 14-minute and 3-second conference. I sent my teacher Nick Davis back to his classroom and trying to finish the upload, and internet connection failed. I'm assuming here in school, so I'm hoping this video works. I'm hoping this is enough for what I need. We just had a meeting about one of my teacher's career development plans. And his general focus, his goals, what we can do, and then how I can help assist him there. So I have all of the written information from when we met. I wrote it all down here as we were talking, so I will tell you what the conversation was about. I'll try to get Nick to do another video today, but he is gone for coaching cycles. He's also gone for his coaching PD that he has down at the ESC today. So we reviewed his goal. He's coming up with a game called gamification. They take the mechanics of board games and they implement them into a non-game atmosphere like the classroom. He's been working on this for quite some time, developing this goal. The reason he's doing this, he wants to engage students in 21st century skills. He also wants to increase their engagement. He wants to increase their productivity in the classroom by using something they're familiar with and something that they enjoy. The second question I asked were, what strategies will you implement? He talked about learning his technology skills to build the program and build the website from our computer teachers actually in the building. So he's been using a little bit of connection between departments. He is an instructional coach this year, so it's something that he's now able to carry over into several different areas, as he's a coach for all of our subjects, not just a specific subject, although he does tend to be more science influenced. The third question I had was, how do you see your goal helping students in the upcoming year? Helping you and the students in the upcoming year. He said that it keeps him engaged, and that's the big thing. That way he wants to keep focusing on building his instruction, making sure that he's always on top of his game. Said that the students are invested in what they are doing, which always is clearly going to make a difference. And then it allows him and the teachers to show their passion in the classroom. So he told me a story that he came, and this was all in the video, which would have been great, but he told me that over this past summer he asked himself, what do the kids really like to read? So the book that he thought of was Divergent, which is a book that we read here as 7th graders, but also a lot of our kids just read out of our library because it's a good book and it's a series. So he read the book. His entire website, gamification, is based upon that. He is currently working to implement this on January 1st, but he knew that the students have a passion for this, so if he built something surrounding that passion, it could probably carry over. Fourth question I asked, are there any pieces you'd like to add to your goal at this time? He said the website needs some tweaks before the game's implemented. He wants to tweak some of these things because as he ran through the dry run that he had one of his coaching cycles work on when he was doing it with that teacher in their classroom, there were certain pieces that lacked engagement, so he's kind of gone back and made those a little bit more user-friendly, made them a little bit more exciting for the students, adding in some web-based seminars, adding in some YouTube videos, things that keeps the students engaged and keeps them focused on the lesson. I asked him if there are any concerns that he had with the goal. He said there's lots and lots of layers in the game. It's not just a lesson or an activity that he creates one time and then can use it again that same way for the next 10 years. You probably could, but effectively you probably couldn't. So he has that he'll constantly be going back in and revising, but that's good. That's why we formally assess people. He asked that one of the big struggles is going to be communicating with parents. A lot of our parents, you know, when we start to push this out, they're going to think that they're just playing games in the class, even though it is a game. It's focused on instruction, focused on our curriculum. And then it's not meant to be a replacement, it's meant to be a supplement. So letting teachers know that this isn't something new that you have to do, this is something that you can do to help supplement the instruction that you're currently giving in your classroom. We do coaching PLCs every Monday. I'm involved with those, Nick's involved with those, our other 2 instructional coaches, soon to be 3 instructional coaches. And I asked him what we can do to align his goal with what we do in our PLC to help him achieve the goal, and he said that he'd really like some feedback from all of us, things that he can take back and put there. He hasn't brought this up at our PLCs yet, so he said that that's something he's going to do. And then once we get it up and running and he gets it up and running, he would like to see it pushed out by our other coaches as well, assuming that it works the way that we anticipate it to. I asked him how his goal relates to student needs. He said it's immediate feedback, and for our students that is so enormous. That immediate feedback is needed at all times. sorry, I can barely read my own handwriting here. He wants them to have feedback on the mission, which is the curriculum piece. He wants them to have feedback on what the levels look like. He wants them to be able to help make this program a little bit better too. You know, no one knows what kids like more than kids, so he wants to get their input as well. I asked how this goal relates to building and/or district needs. He talked about developing relationships. Nick is an instructional coach. He doesn't have his own class. Since he doesn't have his own class, a lot of our students may not know exactly who he is. They probably see him around the building quite a bit, but they may not have a personal relationship. Well, one of our school improvement goals is to build those relationships with students. He is one who can get in there. You know, he has a wanted activity, one that the students want to work on, and that can help build that bridge, especially since he's not in that classroom as often as a teacher. He also wants to he wants to teach kids that it's okay to fail. He had a great conversation again on our last 14-minute video, that when you play games, you're constantly failing. You know, you die in a game 100 times before you end up winning the game. He talked about you know, when video games like a Mario game where you die, eventually make it to level 8 and you win the game and you beat save the princess, but you had to fail a ton of times to get there, get back on the horse and do it. He wants students to have that practice, because a lot of our students struggle with that. They struggle with the fact that they fail and they think, I'm no good anymore, I'm worthless, and I can't continue to go on. We need to push our students to learn that that's okay. It does align to our school improvement culture goal, which is building relationships. We do advisement monitoring. We talked about how developing those relationships with those students, between our staff members and students, could help. Sorry, phone is calling. Also asked for a timeline on how to meet his goal. He said that he started this in summer of 2015. The thoughts came from what the kids are reading, and that's where the divergent thought came from. He's been continuing to work on it the whole time. He developed the website early fall. The website's now up and ready to go. He developed physical badges that he's going to give to kids that meet certain levels. He created those on his own, and those are able to be handed out to teachers so they can give those out to their students as needed. He's always going to have to go back and reflect on the questions, because it's going to be something that needs to be changed based on the instructional level of the class, based on the instructional needs of the student. And that is about what he said from there. I asked him what I can do to help him be where he wants to be, and he said that when this is up and running, which will start, he's going to start implementing it as soon as we come back from break. When it's up and running, it'll help promote the game. He wants us to help promote the game. That'd be a big help once they get that word out. He wants us to let teachers know that it's an engagement tool, and it's not necessarily something to replace curriculum, it's something to add to it. And oftentimes, that coming from an administrator may be a little bit more of a enticer to use it than it is when it comes from the instructional coach. And he wants us to continue to help him come up with find ways to make our students engage. So I think he has a great plan. This program sounds awesome. We're always looking for ways to engage our students a little bit more. We're looking to find things. We're a big push on student choice activities. Even though the students didn't create this, it's probably something they would have chose to create, something they would have done on their own. So this is going to be a great tool for us in our classrooms, and the great thing is we push literacy integration into all of our classrooms, and this is heavy on literacy. So being able to use it in a math room, a science room, a social studies room, and an English room, as well as even exploratory, is going to be huge for us. So once this is up and running, I'm really excited to see it in action. This is a great time to kind of see where he's at in his progress right before we leave for breaks. He now has a couple weeks to really focus back in on that, and then come start fresh in January. We'll meet again probably in April to see where he's at with that goal, and see, we'll obviously talk about our coaching PLCs. I'm really sorry that the video, we did it in the assembly hall, which is back in the back corner of our brick building, which struggles with internet connection anyway, and recorded great, but the continue box didn't pop up. I brought it back to my office, tried to hit continue, it's not working. I've been unable to get him back since he's doing his coaching cycle since, so I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't, I'd be more than happy to get you another video. I just don't know if it's going to be before break, so I'm very sorry about that, and I hope this works. If not, like I said, I'd be more than happy to get that back to you as soon as you need it. So thank you very much.